I've done something right, because the devil has to get the last word. I know this because each day I have to talk myself out of bed and into the hum of life, and Old Scratch does his darndest to win that battle too. The great thing about God is that He'll always answer your prayers. One day, years ago, after I turned 16 and had run away from my second foster home, I just prayed to the Lord. I prayed, Lord, help me to see ways to make folks feel like they're worth something. Because I can tell you this, when you feel like you're worth nothing, the thought of living with that for the rest of your life feels like looking down a hole dug clear through to China. Only there's no China at the end. And you know what? God answers that prayer all the time. So many chances greet me out there every day. I force myself to pick and choose which ones to act on. God is so good, just like the song says. Back in 1960, my mama, Isla Whitehead, thought otherwise. At least, I guess so. My birth occurred on a night in December so warm I broke my first sweat at the ripe old age of 1 hour. It hit 80 that day, a record breaker for sure, and I don't know why I broke a sweat other than maybe somehow I envisioned the road before me. And my mama went and named me Myrtle. Myrtle Charmaine Whitehead. Now you just tell me if that isn't a name a girl will do her solemn best to slough off right out of the starting gate. One time Mama said she recognized the trappings of something special built right into me. Fame, fortune, notoriety, she never did say. The Lord only knows how someone can tell that by looking at a newborn. Mama claimed infallibility about such matters. Mama claimed the powers of ESP. Of course, she also used to say she knew enough dirt about Queen Elizabeth II to dethrone the poor woman. Oh, my lands. However, my few memories of very early childhood, sunny days in the park near Lynchburg College, cheese sandwiches by the river, Easter dresses, and cat's cradle, I force myself to recall for my own sake, not for Mama's. I remember the song she always sang when she woke me up, Good Morning, Merry Sunshine, but when she stopped singing it to me, I can't say. Mama wore no golden band from the time I could remember. So far as I know, marriage and Mama never crossed paths. Isla Whitehead was the woman at the well, but without any marriage certificates to fall back on. If Jesus struck up a conversation with her down by the drinking fountain at the market downtown, he wouldn't ask her the question, "Woman, have you a husband?" because back then, Mama would have said, "Yes," and that would have just been a flat-out lie. Nothing like the woman at the well who told the truth, part of the truth and nothing but part of the truth. As my little King James Bible says, God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. So he might have just asked her how many men she had, and Mama might have said 2, to which he would have replied, "You rightly say, you've had 2 men, and another 20 to boot." Although I can't quite picture my Lord and Savior using the phrase, "to boot." I can, however, picture the expression of love in his eyes for Mama. It's the same one he has for me, too. Jesus, lover of my soul, let me to thy bosom fly, just like the song says. Oh, I like all the songs. As far as I know, Lynchburg never labeled Mama as the local strumpet or some such derision-filled title. I never knew about her nights out until I'd aged a bit, and the proverbial train of uncles never hokey-pokeyed through our little rented room. She just lucked out that I slept like Gulliver and never knew she'd flown our sad little life for however brief a time. In fact, I knew nothing of Mama's dark, insatiable penchant for men, and that her life of dates, clandestine love affairs, and dangerous caterwauling had been so widespread until I reached maturity and assembled